Jennifer Nafula. I will respond to the 2 questions that were raised. And if I have forgotten any other, maybe I can be reminded. One of the questions was that what is this incentive that the Commission gives to the counties, and can it be known to the public? So I would like to start by saying that the Constitution expects us to incentivize counties to raise their own revenue or to increase their own source revenues. And therefore, what we did is that we put a fiscal effort in the formula. And this fiscal effort had to do with the amount of on-source revenue increment from one financial year to another. And therefore, when we computed that, we found that there were some counties who had increased their on-source revenue, and there are other counties who had decreased their on-source revenue, or some had not, didn't have a significant change. And therefore, those ones, for this time we were a bit lenient. Those ones who had a decrease, we didn't give a negative for them, because they would have then have lost on other parameters because of the negative figure, but we pegged it at 0. So on the fiscal effort parameter, they didn't get anything. But those that had increased their revenue, they had we developed an index, and based on that, they benefited on that particular parameter. And the highest county that had really increased their revenue was Lamu, and they benefited almost 1 billion on that parameter. And I would like to also indicate that the increase is not just what they had in the previous financial year, subtracted from the current one, but we also consider the kind of population that they have. So the increase, and then considering the amount of people who are supposed to contribute towards this on-source revenue. 2, the other issue, I think what you're saying, you are asking is, can the public know about this? I think this is very important, because as a public, you need to know this and hold your leaders to account and ask them, why are we not getting anything from on-source revenue allocation as a parameter? Because there are several counties who got nothing from all the amount that was allocated based on that fiscal effort parameter. So I think that is a very important thing, and when you look through our recommendations, you will be able to see that your county never got anything if there is a dash in terms of on-source revenue. So a dash means 0. So because we didn't want to penalize those that had gone below what they had collected previously, we just pegged it at 0. Now, the other question was about Turkana County. One participant indicated that Turkana County has oil, and in the future it's likely to get very rich. We're looking forward to that. And I think it will benefit everybody, because there is a big chunk that is also coming to the national government, and also other counties will benefit. But there is the little amount which also will remain at Turkana County, which is okay. But now Turkana County had 144 marginalized areas identified. So the question was, will other areas from other counties be identified once Turkana is now out of that league of marginalized areas? I would wish to indicate that the fund was supposed to be for 20 years, and I think now from 2010 we are at 7 years have lapsed. The issue about how the fund has been implemented is another story, but what we want to I would want to say here is that the equalization fund is actually a catch-up fund, and also considering the issue about devolution, which is supposed to cure the inequalities that have existed in different regions, in different counties, we expect that going forward, that counties will get better and better and better. But for us, the commission, what we do is that after the current policy that we have published elapses, we will again identify the worst of marginalized areas, using the data or the statistics that will be available by that time, and we will identify the worst off and recommend them to benefit from the fund. So the identification process is very objective, and it relies on the available data. But we cannot say that the 144 marginalized areas in Turkana will not now benefit, but we will give to this and this county. It doesn't work like that, but it will be in accordance to the statistics as per that time, because this policy is going to be in effect for the next 5 years, and then after that, we'll be able again to review. I hope I have answered your questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We must come to a quick